And now, let's take a look on how to create an effective e-commerce project plan in Asana. One of the best ways to organize project in Asana is typically by creating a project milestones and then putting tasks under each milestone. For example, in this project, there are 7 milestones: project initiation, proof of concept, design, build, test for quality assurance, launch of the website, as well as ongoing support and enhancements. Different activities typically performed in the different phases of the project. For example, as part of initiation phase, you typically research the platform, which might be out-of-the-box solution you're trying to implement. And you also make sure that you secure the funding to run the entire project. A lot of times during initiation, you also need to decide what kind of skills would be needed to successfully implement this project, and where would you find the right team members to help you implement this project. During the proof of concept phase, you do a small-scale implementation. For example, if you would build e-commerce store, you will try to go live with the small store, maybe selling instead of 100 products, just 10 products, or maybe selling the full scale of products, but presenting it to the smaller list of customers. For example, I'm in the WordPress right now, and I have access to the WooCommerce plugin. If we click on the WooCommerce, you see that there are a lot of steps associated with the store setup. And in fact, finishing the store setup might be a proof of concept. To set up successful store, you need to define store details, add products, set up payment methods, set up taxes, and personalize your store. A lot of times, capabilities of the particular plugin, like WooCommerce, would define the tasks of what you need to do for the particular store. Once you're done with the proof of concept, the next step is to do the design. During the design phase, you define how people are going to be using your store, and you build use cases. Then you're designing it actually by doing UI and UX, understanding how data is going to flow, and defining the technical architecture. During the build phase, you either customize the site or enhance and configure the technology that you selected as a plugin for your e-commerce store. For example, when setting up WooCommerce engine on WordPress, you need to consider what type of products are you going to be selling. There is the whole category of products in the WooCommerce, and you need to define categories, tags, and attributes for each product. For example, if we click Add New Product, you see the list of certain fields that need to be populated to define the product. It could be digital product, or it could be physical product. And if we jump into the product data, we see that you need to define regular price, sale price, tax status. If it's a physical product, you also need to consider inventory. If you need to ship this product, you also need to define the dimension. You also can define linked product to help customers better meet their needs, as well as promote cross-selling. And there are a lot of other fields like attributes, advanced, or if it's a digital product, maybe you have something related to the ebook store. Quality assurance for e-commerce store basically means that you need to test your store as a user. You need to come in, find what you're looking for, order this product, receive an email, and on the back end, you need to make sure that shipping works and you have a process for returns. Launching of the e-commerce store is typically a very exciting event, but you need to make sure that a lot of things got done before the launch date. You need to understand what is your marketing strategy, what kind of promotions are you going to do, how customers are going to discover your store among a lot of other stores, what kind of ads you might be running, and a lot of other things. And last but not least is a very important step. You need to define how you're going to do the maintenance of the website. You would need a team of professionals that will be fulfilling the orders and doing the shipments for the physical products if necessary. And you also need to decide if you're going to do ongoing improvements and who is going to be your team for that. If you went through the process of defining what you're going to be doing through this main 7 phases of the project, now you have the easy task. All you need to do is to understand what are you going to be doing as part of every phase. And once you understand that, you need to add task into Asana. When you create new project plan in Asana, it comes with some pre-built milestones as well as pre-built tasks. So tasks 2 and 3 are 2 of those pre-built tasks, and I already renamed the task 1 into Gather Requirements. We can add a new task by clicking Add Task button. And I'm going to write the name of the task here. My task is to complete research of WooCommerce plugin that is installed on the WordPress to better understand what exactly needs to be done to configure successful e-commerce store. Let me go into task details to better understand what exactly needs to be done. Here on this screen, I need to assign task to someone. In this configuration, I only have myself. But in a typical project, you have multiple team members, and you would need to define who is actually going to be doing this work. And that should be based on qualifications and experiences. You also need to define the due date. You select the calendar and define by which date this task would need to be completed. I am going to select August 17th. In the next section, you need to add dependencies. Is this task dependent upon other tasks? And you see multiple tasks in this project, as well as in other projects that I'm running here in this system that you can choose from. I'm not going to select anything, but in a real project, there might be dependencies. In the priority field, you need to define what's the importance of this task. To me, it sounds like a high importance, because we can't move forward without completing it. And in the status field, I am going to say on track. But you have two other choices, at risk or off track, and you can add your own choices by using the edit button. In description field, you typically define what's the essence of this task and provide additional details. The essence of this task is to identify required settings for WooCommerce plugin that need to be configured to make WooCommerce operational on the WordPress platform. Now, as we have this task configured, we can close the details window. And we can also delete task 2 and task 3, or we can recycle them and put some other tasks instead of them. To delete the task, you hover the cursor on top of the task, do a right mouse click on your mouse, and select delete the task. And the cool thing about Asana is that it allows you to undo if you deleted the task by mistake. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful and helped you to solve your challenge. If you liked the content, please give this video a big thumbs up. This tells us that you need more content like this, and we will make sure to deliver it to you in the future. Also, please make sure to check out our free and premium resources on the website. All you need to do is to go to the menu section and select appropriate options. In addition, make sure you don't forget to look at the downloads in the description section of this video. I also recommend that you follow online training for everyone. We are constantly delivering new content to help you solve different problems and challenges. And I also have a favor to ask. If you know someone who would benefit from this content, please make sure to share this video with your friends or colleagues to help them solve their challenges. Make sure to leave your questions or suggestions in the comment section of this video. And all the best on your journey. Thanks for watching.